I understand you don't, this baby is what messed up your whole marriage, but it wasn't technically the baby. It was him. It was him for cheating. Don't get mad at the baby. You still meet the baby though. Still, is that petty? Is that weird to meet the baby? Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos, and welcome to another episode of He Rants. I'm your host, Felix Long Trousers. Listen, check this out. If this is your first time come to He Rants, I just want to let you know I'm just a random guy that likes to tell random stories that I find out on a daily basis, and I feel like I just need to inform you guys about it. And if that sounds sexy or attractive to you, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. It definitely helps me out. At the same time, make sure you also hit the post notification so you'll be one of the first people to hear the voice of Long Trousers, because my voice is so sensual. And it doesn't make sense if you don't leave a like. Leave that like. It definitely lets me know I'm releasing decent content, and it pushes me forward and everything, right? Because I'm really insecure. It makes me feel better. And at the same time, you gotta buy the merch. Mofo, men offering females orgasms because we're so humble. Link in the description box below. But let's not waste no time, man. Let's just that was kind of dragged out. Let's go right into it. We gotta talk about this woman, this Arkansas woman by the name of Lona Wells. I think she's 33 years old, right? And she's from Newport, I believe it's in Newport, Arkansas, right? I never heard of Newport, Arkansas, but just the name of Newport. It's just like if I just hear the name Newport, right? I usually think urban, I'll be honest with you, but when I hear Newport when it comes to Arkansas, I think of the woman Lona Wells. She's in the news, man, because apparently she's gotten fired from her job because she might have been associated in her past with some adult content. So pretty much she was doing her everyday, her daily assignments and everything, right? And I'm assuming she was probably working at the cashier, the cash register and everything. And there was an individual that noticed her from her past days, her work and her amateur gig and everything, right? And that individual, it didn't say if it was a man or a woman. I'm assuming it's a man. Let's be honest, right? I mean, let's be honest, right? Like who? It has to be. So this individual decided to leave a review saying, "I'm not gonna ever eat at this establishment again as long as this individual is working here." And I just hearing that, it sounds, this person is definitely white. I don't know if it's a white man, but then at the same time, if it's leaving a review, because most people that leave reviews are usually Caucasian women. So I'm not sure. Is this relevant? I'm not sure if it is, right? Because if it's a black guy, right? Because the woman is white. You're watching, it's like, is this black guy looking for the interracial category or something like that? Or is it just straight up just white on white amateur work, right? Because at the same time, it's not saying that she's doing it solo. So it begs to ask the question. This review, I guess, went into detail saying that, I've noticed her from her past work and everything. And at that moment, I guess Taco Bell decided, like, listen, you're making us lose customers. We're going to have to let you go. Being that Arkansas is what was it? Is it at will or something? Or something will state, right? It pretty much says that, yo, listen, we can fire you at any time for any reason without any warning, right? So they fire her. And she went out and said, like, listen, she saw the review. She saw the reason why she got fired. And the crazy thing about it is, like, when I got hired, I told the manager, listen, I used to do some stuff back in the day. I was struggling. I needed some money. So, that's why I was doing my thing. So, hold on. I'm just quick side note. I'm just, side question rather. I just want to know this, right? How much money are these amateurs making? Because listen, if you're leaving your amateur position, right, receiving the pipe and everything, right, which usually women make more in this field and everything than men, but I see nobody cares about the gender pay gap when it comes to that, right? Just saying, you know what I'm saying? But how much money are they really making if you leave that to work at Taco Bell? Granted, I don't know. I feel like Arkansas's probably cost of living is a little bit low, so maybe, which it still wouldn't make sense though, because if the cost of living is low, then the pay for is the sex workers getting paid less. Taco Bell released a statement pretty much saying, like, listen, we didn't fire you because of that. We fired you because of policies and procedures. You were not following them, right? I don't know if that's a way of saying that, you're receiving pipe and we don't, you put us in a bad situation, but we don't want to look like we just fired you because you did that in the past and such. But I don't know, man. Am I going to now start looking for her work? Perhaps, just to see what the big deal was. To have recognition from somebody walking in, I feel we gotta talk about this lady, Crystal Leary, right? Crystal Leary, I'm assuming she's a Beaverton native. I don't know where the hell Beaverton is. I just saw that's where it happened, right? And whatever they're doing in Beaverton, I guess continue it, right? As long as it doesn't affect me. But she's in the news because she recently got her car jacked, right? While having her 4-year-old child in the car. So pretty much, she went to a local meat market, right? And it's just like, what is it? Local meat market. So she pulled up to the meat market, and she told reporters in her story that she was probably just gonna go in there for about 1 minute, grab the food real quick, and come right back in while the 4-year-old was in the car and everything, while the car was running and everything, right? And let's keep it a stack, son. She probably thought no one was gonna be there, and she's probably gonna spend at least 5 minutes in there, son. I've been in African stores when they have to cut the meat up and everything and hand it to you. It takes time. This is not a 1 minute, grab some Twinkies, blah, 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 and then walk out, bro. It's going to take some time and stuff, right? I don't know why she needed to bring the kid with her inside or something. Or the child doesn't have a father. While she was in the meat market, that's when I guess an assailant took it upon himself like, listen, you're leaving this car running, bro. It's time to eat. You know what I'm saying? So he got into the car, drove, and then he drove for a few minutes, and then he realized there was a 4-year-old kid in the back seat of the car. From there, he turned around, drove back minutes later and everything, has the kid and everything. Is like, listen, he sees the woman, was like, listen, are you crazy, bro? Why would you leave your child in the car like this, bro? What's wrong with you? What's going on? It's surprising, though, that this guy was actually a good enough guy to come back, even though, granted, he stole the car in the first place, right? And he still, the crazy thing about it, he still stole the car, right? After this happened, he just dropped the child off and then proceeded to take the car. It was a nice 2013 Honda Pilot, and I believe he abandoned it. But at this point, though, he still stayed committed, and I respect that. Because he's a man of character. He's a man of character, and he holds himself. He seems to be an accountable guy and likes to hold other people accountable, right? Like, listen, I stole your car, right? You had your kid in there. Bad parenting. Here, I'm going to help you by giving you back your kid. I'm not going to take your kid. But I'm still taking your car regardless. Just because I came back, it doesn't mean anything. We got to talk about the woman Wendy Williams, man. She's in the news, right? Because recently she was out there in ET. Well, I think, what was it, the channel? ET Channel Canada, right? So ET Canada and everything. And she was pretty much promoting, I believe I talked about Wendy a few videos ago. She's promoting her biopic because, clearly people want to watch a story about Wendy Williams, I guess, man. I guess. So during this interview, they pretty much asked her, yo, have you seen the child, right? Because for those of you guys who don't know, right, Wendy Williams, last year she filed for divorce from her husband Hunter, and it was because he was having apparently a 10-year affair with a younger, more attractive lady. It's not that much harder to be a little bit more attractive than Wendy Williams, but so he had this baby out of wedlock while still being married to Wendy and everything, right? It makes sense why she wants to divorce and everything, right? So asking in the interview, them asking and like, have you met the child? She saw it as like, what are you guys doing? Why are you bringing this up? This is not what I want to hear. Which is funny though, because it's a biopic, so you have to actually mention. I feel like you should mention this. This is a huge story, a huge part of your life, right? But I guess sometimes you want to leave some stuff out, right? But she said, I've never met the child, but honestly, the child should want to meet me, being the person that the child's father was with while they were born. And I don't know how I feel about. I don't know if you consider that shade. Is that shade towards a baby? I'm not sure if it is. Here's the thing people have to understand, right? I'm not sure if I can advocate for the guy Hunter. Granted that Hunter is one of his names. I don't know if that's his first name, last name. Hunter shouldn't be anywhere near any black person's name. That's just strictly a Caucasian name. I don't care if that's racist or that's not racist. Granted, by his name being Hunter, I think we can conclude that he is not black. I've said this before, and I've said it many times. Black men they don't have a cheating bone in them, right? This is not a joke. I feel like a lot of guys out here making jokes and mockeries about black men and their antics, their way of not cheating and everything. And I feel like people downplay it, right? People make it seem like it's just a meme. Black men are really trying not to cheat. Honestly, I feel like it's women attacking black men, putting them in positions to make them look like they are cheating. But when it comes to Hunter is clearly a Caucasian man doing his own thing, having babies with other women while being married. I don't condone it. But I don't also condone you coming at babies, right? She should be able to see the baby. Just go say hi to the baby. I understand you're upset. I understand you don't, this baby is what messed up your whole marriage, but it wasn't technically the baby. It was him. It was him for cheating. Don't get mad at the baby. You still meet the baby, though. Is that petty? Is that weird to meet the baby? Well, that's all the news I got today, man. Today was a weird day. Listen, there's other stuff I could have talked about. I could have talked about the A Boogie with the toilet situation getting clogged up and stuff. I could have talked about an inauguration and all that, but I don't know. That stuff didn't really interest me. I said I only talk about stuff that kind of interests me. Today was a chill day, though. But if you made it this long, I appreciate you, man. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you leave a like, too, man. Definitely hits the YouTube algorithm and definitely makes people, hear the voice of long trousers. Like I told you, the voice is sensual. And if you like the video, make sure you share with your friends, your buddy, your pal, your loved ones. And watch my other videos. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you gotta buy the merch. Mofo, men offering females orgasms because we're so sensual. Sensual. That's not the right word. Sensual. Humble. Sensual. I should make a promo code for that, sensual and everything. But that's all I gotta say, man. Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos. And I'm out.